Hi guys, welcome back. If you are new here, click the subscribe button. Also, if you are new here, hi, hello, my name is Kayla, and today I'm going to be doing my 13 through 18 week pregnancy update. I know that's a lot. I've decided to take a break after 13 weeks. I have not done an actual update in a while. I will put up pictures probably over here of each week and stuff like that. So since this is going to be so long, I'm just going to get straight into it. 13 weeks, my veins are starting to pop. I notice every single pregnancy my veins begin to get more blue, they start showing more, and they just pop every single time that I'm pregnant. Obviously with all the blood flow and everything, it's completely normal. But yeah, with every single one of my pregnancies, I have had veins that are very poppin', and the phlebotomists love me because of that. So my energy is coming back. Thank the Lord, it is fully back now at 18 weeks. But at 13 weeks, it started to come back in spurts. So yeah, I have gotten little spurts of energy starting at 13 weeks, which was really, really nice. And then I obviously was in my second trimester at that point. If you look it up and you do the actual math, it's 13 weeks and 3 days that you were actually technically in the second trimester. So the second trimester has been okay. We'll say that. It has not been a breeze by any stretch of the imagination, but I am also on my third pregnancy, so there's a lot of stretching and growing pains and all of that type of stuff that comes with that. So I deep cleaned for the very first time at 13 weeks. Let's see, when was this? That was the middle of January that I was 13 weeks. So I started deep cleaning in January, and I was actually still sick from the sickness that we got in the beginning of December. You guys, this pregnancy has been really horrible for sicknesses. I was sick in the beginning of November, and I was sick with that and then I was sick with that up until I got sick again, and then I was sick with that up until I had the C word, which yes, I did have the C word. Not fun, actually. I put up the baby's bassinet in our room at 13 weeks. I just barely finished getting everything together. I have still yet to order some sheets for this baby, since now we know the gender. Yes, we know the gender now, and I'll go into that in a little bit. But yeah, I started putting up the bassinet, but I could not find some missing pieces. There was a little board that goes on the bottom of it that I literally had to dig through my storage to find, and then I had to dig to try and find the mattress that comes with it. So yeah, finally found those, and everything is finally put together. I have sheets on it and everything. It's all completely put together. I will probably do a little bedside nursery tour here soon. So but yeah, I had a dream at 13 weeks that the baby was a boy. Now this is very contradictory, because at the very beginning of my pregnancy I was I just have a feeling that it's a girl. I also had a dream that it was a girl. I had a dream that the baby was a girl, and it was at birth, and I just had a dream that the baby was a girl. And then this one was kind of a gender reveal with poppers, and it was blue confetti, and I was now that's very contradictory. I have never had a baby surprise me ever. With both of my babies, I knew the very first week that I found out I was pregnant that they were a boy and a girl. I knew that, and there was no convincing me otherwise with them. With this baby, it was I don't know what the baby is, and this baby was actually a big surprise to me. So but yeah, I had a dream that the baby was a boy, so it's kind of exciting. Heart palpitations. I think I've had some during Elliot's pregnancy, but I started having heart palpitations literally every single day. It was really, really bad. It was really bad, and I don't know why I started having heart palpitations. I literally just went onto Google, and Google freaked out. and it said that most pregnant women actually have heart palpitations. So since about, I think, 15 weeks, about 15 weeks is when I like stopped having them every single day. I actually haven't had one in over a week. So yeah, my prolapse is back full force. Yes. If you guys don't know and you are new here, I have a uterine prolapse that I was diagnosed with at 14 weeks with my second baby, my last baby. And I was told to just do Kegels again, of course. And I've been doing Kegels for almost 3 years now. Almost 3 years ago is when I found out I was pregnant. And it's actually progressively gotten worse. There is actually another piece of tissue that is protruding. I actually talked to my doctor about that. They didn't seem concerned, but this now makes me 100% sure that I want a hysterectomy after I am done breastfeeding this baby. The only reason I say that because I'm done breastfeeding is, first of all, the hormones, but second of all, because I had surgery after I had my second baby, after I had my son, and I believe that that contributed to a low milk supply because my body was trying to work on myself instead of working on making milk. So yeah, that's what I believe there. And so I think that was like a really big mistake on my part last time. Yes, I do plan on breastfeeding this baby, but if it doesn't happen, it's not a big deal. If you don't know, I formula fed my second baby from 5 days old until a year. So it's not a huge deal. I actually was having a really hard time emptying my bladder, and this is kind of emotional. I don't know if it was the prolapse, because the prolapse was not going up at all for weeks. It wasn't until about 15 and a half weeks that like it went up more. If you want to know all about prolapse, I have an entire playlist. It is kind of a long story, and it's kind of complex and confusing and stuff like that. So anyway, but it was literally not going back up. I don't know if that was contributing to my bladder issues. It was that I couldn't start a stream. It wasn't that like I couldn't empty my bladder, because I know that that can be normal-ish during pregnancy because your baby is obviously right next to your bladder. But yeah, I literally could not start a stream, especially if my bladder was completely full, which it usually was in the middle of the night. There was one night where about 1 a.m. I woke up and I had to pee, and I had to pee so bad it actually physically hurt, and I could not start the stream, and I panicked, and it was really bad. So you guys, I'm just having like a whole bunch of pelvic dysfunction this pregnancy, and it's really rough. But yeah, I had a hard time emptying my bladder for weeks. Thankfully, that has stopped. I have not had that for a couple weeks now, which is really nice. So please pray that like I don't have any more problems. Braxton Hicks started, but they were very light. It was just mostly like cramping, kind of. They weren't like my usual strong Braxton Hicks. I usually do have very strong Braxton Hicks contractions with all of my babies. That's why I say don't listen to the people that say, oh, it's not supposed to hurt, because it can hurt. It can hurt. It does for me, and I don't know if that is also contributed to the fact that I have endometriosis or what it is, but yeah, I started having Braxton Hicks, and then of course the pain started. Get out of the first trimester, and which, by the way, I didn't have morning sickness. Let's not tell my body that part. My hips started hurting. My hips were really bad, and I was using the heating pad literally 24/7 because my hips and like everything just hurt. It was so rough. The third pregnancy is no joke. I'm 18 weeks. Usually with like a normal pregnancy that hasn't, like your first pregnancy, your uterus is not up until your belly button, like to your belly button, until 20 weeks. Mine has surpassed my belly button at 18 weeks. So there's that. Yeah, my belly button is all the way up to my my belly button. My uterus is all the way up to my ribs now. So the baby has like kicked a little bit onto my ribs, but it's not painful yet. Yes, the baby is kicking so much, by the way. Oh yeah, the baby loves chicken wings. The baby loves chicken wings. Every single time I order chicken wings, the baby literally goes crazy. Uh-oh. Almost slipped it right there. The baby moves a ton, especially when I eat wings. Like, it was for a couple hours that the baby moved and just like kicked me for after eating wings. So baby really loves wings, and that's been multiple times. So if I really want the baby to be super active, just eat wings. Now that was the end of 13 weeks. Now we're moving on to 14 weeks. I started getting muscle aches in my legs, and it made it really hard to stand or do anything like that. And I'm not sure if it was really sciatica or if it was something else, but like I started just having like little cramps in my legs. I think it was mostly when I was like laying down or something. I can't exactly remember, but yeah, I started having like muscle aches in my legs, and it was rough. My areolas are darker and bigger, and obviously that's normal. If you guys don't know and you've never breastfed a baby, the reason your areolas get darker and bigger is because the baby can't see like you and I can. I believe until 9 months is when they can have like full vision. But the reason that they do that is so that they can find their food. So also at 14 weeks, my boobs started hurting at 14 weeks. I noticed it was so bad. My boobs actually really hurt this week too. My boobs started getting bigger. I actually got a bra from a company, and I can no longer wear that bra because my boobs don't fit. My boobs are so swollen. I hope I don't get banned for saying boobs, but it is what it is. At 14 weeks, and that's really when all the boob changes started happening. 14 weeks, what a lovely time. I believe it was January 20th. I caught the C word. So yeah, January 20th, I caught the C word, and it's not like what everyone says. It's not like a cold. It's not even like a flu. It was probably the second worst sickness I've ever had in my life. The first being whooping cough. So I was not 100% until I think day 20 or so. It was really bad, and I started having like all of the non-common symptoms, and yeah, it sucked. So wear your masks, guys. My gag reflex, oh my gosh, during the C word, I lost my taste and smell for 2 days. It was only 2 days. I don't know why, but that was the weirdest sensation ever, and it made me not want to eat. Like, I lost my appetite during it as well, and I also had like a texture aversion. So if I would eat bread, I don't know what it is about the bread. There was just some sort of texture that like made me gag every single time. My gag reflex was absolutely horrible. It has gotten better, but yeah, so the cervix hurts. So every single time I would go to the bathroom, even just tooting would cause my cervix to come down. So that's like a really big reason why I want my uterus completely out of me, so I don't have to worry about it. But that's gonna be a fight, and it sucks that in the US it has to be such a fight. Anyway, that's a whole other conversation. But my cervix hurts. You know, they say like, you don't have nerve endings on your cervix, blah, 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 blah. It can't hurt. I call bullshit. Yeah, my cervix started hurting. So every single time it would come down, it would hurt, and it was not pleasant. Now moving on to 15 weeks, I started having that hip pain again, but this time it was kind of like a different hip pain. I've never felt this with any of my kids. I finally figured out that it's round ligament pain. I would be like laying in bed, or like kind of like rolling, or like doing like sharp turns or whatever, and where your round ligaments are, I would start having pain. It was not fun at all in the slightest, and it really sucked. And for an entire day, I could not move. It was absolutely horrendous. Like, I don't recommend. I've never had it during a pregnancy. I think I did with Victoria during the end of the pregnancy, but it was nothing like this. Like, and if I did have it, it only lasted like a couple seconds and then it was gone. This lasted hours. I even had to look up like online some like stretches or some like massage techniques. I finally figured out one that actually works. So yeah. At 15 weeks, I got over the C word. I hate that I have to say the C word. But just a couple days ago, I started having C word headaches again. Those have been the lingering side effect, and it's not fun. For 2 days straight, I had one single headache that would not go away. I talked to my doctor, magnesium didn't work, all of that stuff. So anyway, constant headaches, and then the thumb twitch. Like, my thumb was like literally just like twitching. I've had this during, I believe, Elliot's pregnancy, where like my limbs would twitch, especially like my fingers and stuff, but it was really weird. So I don't know. But yeah, the C word headaches are horrible. So that was the end of 15 weeks. Now we're on to 16 weeks. Braxton Hicks started getting more and more. I really hadn't had any since like, what, 13 weeks or 14 weeks? It was something like that. So like 13 or 14 weeks is when they were like started, but now they're like, and I know that it wasn't my hydration or anything. I have been drinking like that gallon of water every single day of my pregnancy, besides the last, I think, 2 days. But other than that, yeah, my Braxton Hicks have gotten progressively more. Every single pregnancy I've had them around 16 to 18 weeks, just kind of depending on the pregnancy and whatnot. Victoria's was, I believe, 18 weeks. Elliot's was 16 weeks. This baby's was 16 weeks too. So, and then I looked at my belly one day and I was like, there is my linea nigra. If you don't know what that is, it's the line that goes on your belly when you're pregnant. So that arrived at 16 weeks. I started feeling hiccups, which is literally the coolest thing. It was kind of hard to notice at first because I thought that it was just kicks, but then I really noticed that there was like a pattern to it and it was in the same spot and kind of all of that. So I was like, that is really cool that I'm feeling hiccups right now. So I don't remember the earliest that I felt hiccups. I think this might have been the earliest that I felt hiccups. So anyway, I started nesting. This is literally a replica of Victoria's pregnancy, which like I love. I'm gonna cry. Why am I gonna cry? I've been saying this for years, that Victoria's pregnancy was like a dream to me, and I would love to go through her pregnancy again, and this pregnancy is literally a replica. Fuck, I'm crying. Also, during that week, I have gotten a ton of acne. This baby does not like my face. Not even during my teen years and puberty did I get a lot of acne on my face. So there's a lot of acne on my face. But yeah, I started nesting. I started getting baby stuff ready. At this point, I had not had my ultrasound yet. So we did not know the baby's gender, and I was just pulling out like all of the gender neutral stuff and kind of putting up the pack and play, and I was getting like the little nursery ready, which we do have a nursery ready. I have to buy the crib, the sheets, and all of that type of fun stuff here soon. I've noticed that I get really thirsty right before bed, even if I've drank a lot that day, which is crazy. I had my appointment and my ultrasound. So this appointment, I had actually gotten a call the week prior, and they were like, hey, your doctor's going to be in a meeting. We're going to have to reschedule you with another midwife. So I saw the midwife that I don't really like, and if you've watched my journey before, my PPD story with my son, this is the doctor that didn't take me seriously with my PPD, and so yeah, I had to see her this time, which was not fun. All of the same questions that I asked her, I'm gonna have to ask another doctor at my next appointment, just to get like a second opinion, because I kind of don't trust her at this point. But yeah, I had my appointment. My appointment went well. My ultrasound went well. We found out the gender, and the baby is literally so cute. This baby is so cute. I just can't wait to like snuggle to a baby. I'm like so excited for the snuggles and the cuddles and the loves, and I'm just like so excited for this baby to arrive. But yeah, we found out the gender. We did like just like a regular gender ultrasound. It wasn't like in depth like the 20-week will. We did schedule our 20-week at this appointment. That will be March 7th. So yeah, that's when we have our like really in-depth ultrasound. So I believe it was the day of our appointment, which was at 16 weeks and 5 days, I felt the baby on the outside. I believe I was just sitting down, and I was like, I felt the baby kick my hand. Like the baby literally kicked my hand. So that was really cool. And then I believe it was the next day. I think it was the next day, Brayden had his hand on me, and he was like, I felt that. So he also has felt the baby move, which is really cool. Lower back pain. I've had this lower back pain pretty much this entire pregnancy, and it really kind of makes me scared. I don't know if it's necessarily my back or if it's my pelvic bone, but it's like back here. So I really need to go to a chiropractor. So let's hope that I can do that soon. I've been needing to go to a chiropractor for years, so let's hope that this kind of like gives me that push to like go. But yeah, I've just been having a ton of lower back pain every single time like I clean. I physically cannot move at the end of the day. I like hobble around because it physically hurts so bad. It's really bad. It's really bad. The third pregnancy pain is no joke. Now we're moving on to 17 weeks. Oh my god, a little bit left, guys. We are 100% on the name. Now that we know the gender, we are 100% on the name. I believe that I still want to try and figure out the middle name a little bit more. The middle name does have meaning, but I kind of want it, you guys will figure it out soon. So, but yeah, the middle name is kind of what I'm like leaning towards, maybe changing the spelling, kind of all of that type of stuff. Lightning crotch. I was going to get myself some dinner. I was right at the fridge, and I felt the baby kick my cervix. If you've ever had a child before and you know what lightning crotch is, you know what I'm talking about. It stopped me dead in my tracks, and it made me like curl up in a ball. Like, ow, that hurt so bad. So yeah, lightning crotch has started. This means that baby is growing though. My constant headaches obviously won't go away. Like I said, the C word headaches are the worst headaches I've ever had in my life. Truthfully, I can say that. And I just wish that they would go away. Also at my appointment, we talked to my doctor about the headaches, and she was like, start on some magnesium. They usually do better than Tylenol, all of that type of stuff. So the baby is moving like crazy. it was 17, I was 17 weeks and 6 days. So it was the day before 18 weeks. I am 18 weeks and 1 day today. And the baby was just like moving like crazy for about 2 hours straight, and like kicking me, and like I felt more kicks on the outside, which was really cool. The baby was like kicking almost near my ribs. It was just kind of like really cool sensation type thing. But yeah, the baby is moving like crazy. So yeah, now I am 18 weeks and 1 day pregnant. That was a really long update. I'm going to back up and show you guys my belly. So yeah, this is my 18-week belly with the shirt on and with the shirt up. So yeah, that is what it's looking like. I am growing every single day, which is just so crazy. I officially 17 weeks is when I really popped. So yeah, I finally look pregnant now. I'm so out of breath. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a huge thumbs up and subscribe, and click the bell right next to the subscribe button to be notified. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you in my next one. Bye guys.
I had a feeling you'd come back and save me from all the